Hello and welcome back. FAB just released their final asset packs for the end of May. So today we're going to check out all 3 packs and then kitbash them together into a small project. This way we can see what they're capable of and whether they're actually worth picking up or if it's just discounted slop. But a quick spoiler, this might be the most fun I've had putting together a project using free FAB assets. I am very happy with what we get this time around. If any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure to get subscribed because I'm doing this for every free FAB release. And since they're only available for a limited time, make sure to pick them up today before they disappear. Alright, let's jump into FAB and check out what we've got. First up, we have the Ruined Crypt pack by Scans Factory. I already own a couple of packs from Scans Factory, and from my experience they always deliver really high quality photogrammetry assets. And this is no exception. The quality here is insane. This is probably one of my favourite free environmental packs we've had in such a long time. Next up is Tempered Glass, a destructible glass plugin. This could be really useful depending on how flexible it is. From the store page, it looks like you can set up glass that reacts to the player in a bunch of different ways. So I'm keen to test this out and see how it actually works. And finally, we have the Modular Container Houses, survival-based pack. This one says you can create a huge variety of structures, like houses, barricades, bridges, and towers. This will also pair really nicely with the destructible glass system, as we can make windows for these structures. Now let's add all of these asset packs to the cart, making sure you select the professional license just in case. Then we go to checkout and buy these assets for free. We have a total savings today of $386.99. That brings May's total savings to $738.15. which is huge. And if you missed out on the start of May's video, I'll leave a link for that on screen. These assets are all compatible with 5.7, and I'm sure they'll eventually be updated to 5.8. The Ruined Crypt pack is also available for the HDRP pipeline in Unity, so if you're using Unity, there's no need to export it out of Unreal first. Now it's as simple as downloading them and adding them to a project. For me, I've created a new project, but you can add them to whatever you like. The Ruined Crypt has over 170 high quality assets. The base version already includes a strong production ready core, but there is a roadmap for future updates that will focus on expanding the pack further. Currently we have the main crypt ruins, destroyed walls, unique details, realistic lighting, and so much more. This demo scene really works hard to showcase it all. The Container House pack has a huge amount of modular 3D models that allow you to create an infinity of different models for your scenario. Not only houses, but also barricades, bridges, and towers. The pack includes 82 static meshes, 13 actor merges, 2 container sizes, 5 groups of house examples to use, 1 material master with 29 material instances, and 48 textures. Before we begin with the tempered glass, we need to enable the plugin and make sure some settings are enabled as well. Generate mesh distance fields and enable order independent transparency. It simulates the behavior of tempered glass based on a high optimized C++ core with pre-calculated shattering patterns. It supports Unreal Engine point damage, radial damage hit detection. It's got 30 plus ready to use glass presets. It also has 30 plus optimized low poly versions for mobile. This pack also has quality sound effects included, shoot to hit detection, it's got a dirt and grime mask, it has one-shot destruction mode. It also includes a complete studio-grade glass creation pipeline for Blender. Now just a heads up, I have an issue. After order independent transparency was turned on, it messed with my effects in the Ruined Crypt pack. There is probably a way to fix this, but I just turned it back off, and I've had 0 issues since. Alright, now let's mash all of these together and see what we can make. Then at the very end, I'll do a final playthrough of the finished level. My plan is simple. I want to create an enemy outpost, something you'd find in a game like Far Cry. The player needs to get in, explore, and eliminate all threats. I'll use the containers as the base of operations, add in the glass windows, and then expand on the Ruined Crypt environment. To start, I'm using the FPS Arena Shooter template. This handles things like the player controller, enemy AI and perception, weapons, and spawning. First things first, I put one glass window into a container house to see if it would actually work. Using the FPS template guns, I could easily shoot and destroy the glass. Knowing that my plan is going to work, I started duplicating the windows and filling out the house. And just like that, my first house was done. Before moving on to the next set of buildings, I duplicated the ruined crypt scene as I'll be expanding on this for my actual game level. I then brought in the other buildings and kitted them out with windows. I made the skylight window have a green tint to add a little bit of atmosphere inside the room. Testing the windows was surprisingly fun and very satisfying. I know I've only done a basic implementation here, but I would definitely come back to this system outside of the project. It's time to expand on the level and turn it from a demo scene into something that's actually playable. I decided to use a Megascan cliff face since it's free and will match the photogrammetry of the crypt. I haven't used Megascans or the terrain tool since Unreal Engine 4, so bear with me while my level design here is a little rusty. I think I struggled a lot with landscaping. Nothing I was doing was convincing me that it was real terrain. I watched tutorials and they used an erosion plugin that instantly made realistic mountains, but when I did it, it was a complete waste of time. I ended up going with slight uneven terrain, but even then, some bumps look pretty ridiculous. I found another Megascan cliff face and used it to create an entranceway. This leads into the big reveal hero shot of the entire outpost. I was happy with this, so I moved on to foliage, aka placing trees. Trying to find the right density while keeping performance in mind is difficult, and the only way I can run this is because of my new 9070 XT. My old card would be tanking hard. Adding the trees has definitely improved the realism of my terrain, and I think I'm happy with this, but there's always room to improve. I added another building and a stack of cargo containers near the start of a level, but this was when I realized something. The enemy AI can't see through the windows. This isn't a big deal, since I only needed to change the collision to ignore visibility checks, but it was pretty funny standing on the other side of the glass and the enemy couldn't see you. I then played around with sound, and using sound attenuation I made the gunshots and glass breaking actually come from their position. This was great for testing because previously it had been so loud. I added a nav mesh so the enemy can actually walk around. This is straightforward, but I do want to adjust the AI perception radius a lot more. My favourite thing I added was a noise for the AI perception, so when the glass breaks, now the nearby enemies will go and investigate it. Next, I added a little ancient gravesite on the side of a map, and then I started playing around with ground scatter like grass, ferns, sticks and bricks. This really added so much life to the level in such a short amount of time. Again, optimization is not on the cards here. And finally, I went around and placed different weapon pickups around the level and added in all 20 enemies. I also made 3 different enemy classes with different weapons. There are still minor adjustments I want to make, like UI and an actual win condition, which you'll see in the showcase at the end. I know it's not a full game, but I'm very happy with this little outpost shooter, and I think I utilised all 3 packs very well. I especially had a lot of fun shattering the glass. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I learned so much more about the landscaping tool than I was expecting. Make sure to grab these assets while they're still free, and let me know in the comments what you're going to use them for. If you want to see the next free FAB release, get subscribed, because new assets are dropping soon and I can't wait to check them out. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.